This is the best lesson from Andrew Tate's Iron Mind program summarized. The Iron Mind mindset is basically just a mindset to getting things done, and that's all that life is, getting things done. This mindset completely and utterly prevents you from failure, and if you can't fail, you have to succeed because there's no other option. I want to preface this by saying don't let your emotions dictate what you do, but at the same time, don't put your emotions to the wayside or try to walk around like you feel nothing. Feel your emotions, understand your emotions, but understand that you cannot let them decide what you do. Now let's begin. You have to understand that every single story has a hero and a villain. For the good guy to exist, the villain must exist as well. Just remember that for now. You are the hero. Life as a man is one of the most difficult things on earth, and if you can decide that you are suffering because you're a hero, the suffering will become much easier. And if you understand that you're suffering because you're a hero, the suffering begins to make sense. You can be down on yourself because you're struggling, or you can say, I'm struggling because I'm going to be a fucking superhero. The struggle is really just the tests and tribulations that every young hero must go through in order to become the super grown full superhero. You've seen the Batman movies. His parents died, he got locked up in jail, all of these bad things happened to him, but then he emerged as a superhero. They made movies like that for a reason, and that is because it is the reality of life as a man. You have to realize that you're the hero in this movie, and if you're struggling for a very good reason. And how you handle or deal with these struggles will dictate the type of person and how much success you achieve. You'll either beat the struggles and become a superhero, or you'll succumb to them and become a loser. Now, remember when I said there has to be a villain if there's a hero? Well, this is the most life-changing part of the course, so make sure you pay attention. Most people think their villain is someone else. They see someone like Andrew Tate living his best life, and they go, yeah, I'm broke and I'm a loser, and he's rich and he's a cool guy, so he must be my villain. But the matter of fact is that no two people have had the exact same lives. No two people have even playing fields, so it's not fair to compare yourself to other people. Even twins will have just the slightest difference in their lives, which means you still can't compare them. You will have advantages and disadvantages, and so will anyone else you try to compare yourself to. Your villain can never be someone else because it'll never be a level playing field. Your villain is someone that you will have to create. Creating your own villain will allow you to become the most powerful superhero you can possibly be. So here are your tasks for this video. Create your villain. To make sure that there are no disadvantages involved, your villain will be an exact clone of you, but your villain will also have some things that you don't have. Your villain is going to be the person who, without requirement for motivation, no matter how stressed they feel from work, no matter how tired they are, your villain is going to be the guy who does whatever the fuck he wants to do. So your villain is going to be the guy that goes to the gym regardless of how he feels. Your villain is going to be the guy who approaches every beautiful woman he ever sees. Your villain is going to be the one guy who actually asks for a raise at work. Your villain is going to be the guy who does whatever he wants regardless of how he feels, regardless if he's tired, regardless if he thinks that he's shy and the girl's gonna reject him, regardless if people are watching him, regardless if his ankle hurts and he can't go to the gym, he's going to go to the fucking gym anyways. Your villain is that dude that does whatever he wants to do. So now you have to sit down and make a list of all the things. You have to think, if I were the very best possible version of myself, if I did everything I wanted to do, what would I do? Maybe it's to get up at 6 a.m. and run to the gym every day. Write that down. I would approach every beautiful girl I ever saw, ask for their Instagram, try to get their number or something. For example, you would write that down. I'd start a side business, and even though I know nothing about it, I'll learn about it as I go. You would write that down. My villain is the kind of guy who would sit there for hours and just research and learn things, learn how to do it all by himself, and then you would have to write that down. My villain is the type of guy who somehow finds time within his day to read very important books. Write that down. He doesn't watch TV ever. He doesn't waste time ever. He never eats junk food. He just never entertains himself. Write that down. This list at first should be easy for you. But once you get to 7 or 8 things, you might want to stop. But no, you have to write at least 25 to 30 things. Absolute minimum. This guy you're building, your arch nemesis, you have to write down every single quality about this man. This will become your sworn enemy for the rest of your life. If you want to be a hero, you need someone to battle against, and this is who you're battling against. A better version of yourself. A version of yourself that doesn't succumb to how he feels, but does whatever he has to do anyways. Now put genuine effort into imagining what this person looks like. Imagine how he walks, imagine how he talks, imagine what people think when they see him. Imagine how different you would be if you had been going to the gym for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Imagine how differently females will treat you if you were as jacked as that guy is. So step 1 is write at least 25 qualities. Step 2 is write about how he looks, walks, talks, all of that stuff, which I just talked about. And step number 3 is talk about what his worldviews are. Write down what he would believe, what he would think, and how would he treat the people around him. This is who you're going to be battling against for the rest of your life, so you have to imagine every last detail. You have to put genuine effort into constructing and understanding this person. The reason Tate says to do all of this is because this is what he's been doing his whole life. The only reason Tate would be training and pushing himself for a fight is because he knew that his enemy was training as well. When Andrew stopped fighting, he realized that he didn't have any more enemies, so he created his own. So whenever I feel like I'm too tired to go to the gym, I imagine my villain feeling the exact same way, but going anyways. When I sit and do nothing because I don't feel like it, I know for a fact that my enemy is there, training anyways, going out of his way to make sure that he does everything that he can, no matter if it's raining or snowing or he's tired or he's stressed, he doesn't give a fuck, he just does it anyway. When I see a beautiful girl and all of her friends are with her and I'm scared and I'm shy, they're gonna laugh at me, my enemy, my villain, he doesn't give a fuck, he just walks over there like it's nothing. Because that's who he is. He's the man, top G. When you realize that this is who you're battling against, you can decide if you want to either rise up and try to fight him, take him on, or if you want to cower down like a little pussy. You have a choice. Do I want to lose to this man that I literally created, this man that I made, or do I want to beat this man? And at the end of the day, you just have to make a choice. Like if you see a group of cute girls and you're too scared to do it, just know that your villain went there and fucked 2 of them, let alone 1. Imagine standing right next to him with the no shirt on and just nitpick all the little differences. Who would girls want to fuck? Who would people respect? Imagine him in every shape or form just so you know 1000% who it is that you are actually battling against. If you don't have a clear picture of him, your motivation to beat him will be sort of foggy as well. Have the clearest picture of this man as possible and always remember that whenever you feel like not doing something, he does it anyways. And the craziest thing about all of this is that this person is actually you. It's you with a different take on life. It's you that does whatever they're supposed to do. It's you who does whatever they want to do. It's you with an iron mindset. It's important to fully understand everything that this guy does, all 25 things, because he's literally you. If you did those 25 plus things, you would be him. Now it should be almost impossible to be demotivated. No one will be able to convince you to not go to the gym because you know for a fact that he's in the gym training his ass off. That's why he looks how he looks. This is the person that you're comparing yourself to. You cannot afford to miss days when you know for an absolute fact that he wouldn't be doing the same. Compare yourself to this guy in every single facet of life. You might think, oh, it's Andrew Tate with the Bugatti, millions of dollars, and multiple girls. But Tate to himself thinks that his villain has multiple Bugattis, he has billions of dollars, and he has wives instead of girls. Tate knows that he's losing, so he knows he has to work harder to try and close that gap. Most of you guys have no enemy, or even worse, your enemy is someone like Drake or Andrew Tate, which is not going to help you. It's just completely pointless. You need to create your enemy as an exact clone of you, but just much better, because then you know if you just worked harder, you can become this person, or even better. Comment or email me your list at bhavjot.c@gmail.com and I'll check it out and let you know if you missed anything. Believe me, this will motivate you beyond belief and it will help you build a new level of discipline. It's why I've been able to script, record, and edit 5 videos every single day. Put any questions you may have in the comments and I'll reply to every single one. Share this video to a friend who needs to have an iron mind. Remember that only you can change your life. Subscribe for the best self-improvement content.